everyone, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time watching me, welcome. This video is my wax goals for November and December through the holiday season, which is basically my melting basket. Items I hope to work through and melt through the next couple of months. I did not do one of these last month because if I remember right, my September wax goals video was a little long, so it filtered into the fall season. But now we're segueing from our pumpkins and apples into our peppermints, candy canes, and pines. So what I've done is I've went through my collection for the most part, and I grabbed some goodies I'm going to be melting in my home. And if you have some of these ones that I have here, feel free to grab them out of your collection and go for it too. I have a little bit of retail in here too, just trying to leave no man behind and give all of my collection love. So I'm going to talk about these blends, and then next I'm going to have to find room in my melting tote. So I'm going to have to move on some stuff that I have been working on the last few months in my fall and my pumpkin and apple things, and just, shift things around. So I took everything out of the bag. I have a sack here. People say for a bag, people say sack out here in Utah. I don't. I think it's weird. But I have a grocery store bag, a Walmart bag here that I'm going to put all these in. And why I'm saying that is all these smells just wafted up in my nose. Gingerbreads and pines and peppermints and all sorts of fantasticness. So here we go. This might be a little longer, not sure, but what I've been saying. Grab a drink, grab a snack, have a glass of wine, and let's go. Okay. Earlier this evening, I baked brownies and a pumpkin pie for my husband. I was down in the kitchen doing my Saturday night dance party. My husband was coming home, so when the TV is not occupied downstairs, which right now during football season on a Saturday, it's very rare. I put my YouTube music lists, my playlists, and I turn it up way loud and I dance in my kitchen and bake. So that's what I was doing a little bit earlier today. But I wanted to get this video filmed so we can get the Christmas goodies going. So here we go. No particular order. I have a good bit of different vendors in here also, and some retail, like I said. This first one here is Rose Girls. This is Go Tell It on DK's Mountain. DK, of course, being Donkey Kong. So this is from her Mario Melter collection. Her Mario inspired line. I did not purchase a thing from the Mario Melter pre-order. I was very good. I might look at the ready to ship, when it's time, and I don't even know when that will be. I know that Mario Melter was a few weeks ago, so maybe in the next several weeks the ready to ship will be. I don't even know if I'm going to grab anything, but we'll see. This I got last year, or actually maybe 2 years ago. This is a very strong blend. This is Fresh Pine, Sweater Weather, and Vanilla Bean Noel. I'm going to move this back just a little bit there. Okay. Sometimes I don't want to be so far up in my face, but I also don't want to reach super far. So this is Fresh Pine, Sweater Weather, and Vanilla Bean Noel. There we go. It focused. There we go. We'll see. It's having a struggle day. I like this blend because I love Sweater Weather. I do not have a lot of Sweater Weather in my collection anymore. I've melted through a lot of it. Sweater Weather is it's apple and spices, a little bit of clove, and it's a very distinct scent. It's a Bath & Body Works dupe, of course, but I like the fact that this is blended with pine and a little bit of sweetness from Vanilla Bean Noel. So I wanted to get this used because this is 2 years old. Last year when she did her Mario melters, she didn't do the double bigger melters like she did in 2021. So that's how I know this is from 2021. I have a good bit of Rose Girls in here, so let's just keep on going with the bags I can see from Rose Girls. Okay. Hope everyone's had a great Saturday. I filmed a video earlier today, then I ran to the grocery store and came back, did laundry, got ready to bake in the kitchen, got that done, played with Poppy, my cat, Okay, I've got a good bit of Rose Girls in here. Next one here, this is Koopa Claus is Coming to Town. Koopa Claus is Coming to Town. This, of course, is not necessarily a Christmas blend, but the name is fitting. This is Royal Sugar Cookies, Gilligan's Brew, and Baked Zucchini. I love this one. I've had several bags of this. I love the zucchini bread. Jenny's, Rose Girls, I should say, is owned by Jenny Oaks from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. I should say that Jenny's zucchini bread oil I really, really like. But I like that this is creamed up quite a bit with the Sugar Cookie Royale and the Gilligan's Brew, which is coconut milk and heavy cream, I believe. Don't get scared. It's not tropical. It's not coconutty, really. It's just a bunch of creaminess there. This Koopa Claus is coming to town. I also do have somewhere in my collection Koopa Claus Needs a Latte, which is the same blend but with espresso in it, which is a fantastic blend too. If I come across that, I'll probably melt that, but I also might be out of it. I don't remember. The next one from the Mario line, that also Koopa Claus was from the Mario line too. Next one here is Dr. Mario. So Dr. Mario, of course, was a video game. I never played Dr. Mario, but I remember it being a Tetris wannabe, but with pills, and I didn't want to play that. This is a really good blend for when you're stuffed up or you have a sinus infection like I'm at the tail end of, and flus, allergies, anything like that. This is mint, eucalyptus, camphor, musk, lavender, and chamomile. So not only does it have that Vicks component to it, it's got that lavender and chamomile to be super relaxing. Dr. Mario. This is from last year, of course. You can see my date stamp on there. That was back when I had my little cute little date stamps I could put on there. Not date stamps, but you know what I mean, little stickers. I have run out of those, and my local Walmart, I haven't looked in Target, but Walmart quit carrying these little ones, and I'm not buying 10,000 on Amazon. So I just handwrite it now, old school like I used to do. Next one here, this is Spruce Willis. This is old. I've had this for a while. I'm pretty sure Spruce Willis is just fresh balsam. I want to say it is. This is nice. This is just pine. It's balsam. If you've watched some of my videos historically, I've said my experience with pine. It's not that I don't like pine. It's just I'm pined out at this part of my life. This is fresh balsam. I'm going to have this going. I'll blend this with other things going. Peppermints and gingerbreads and all those Christmassy vibes. That's what I got this with. Spruce Willis is such a cute play on Bruce Willis, who stars in a controversial Christmas movie, Die Hard. Some people think it is a Christmas movie, some people don't. I don't know how I feel about it, honestly. I've only really seen Die Hard once. But I will say I really, really, really like Alan Rickman. So anything he's in, I'll watch. So I think I might have to give Die Hard again. I know there's like 6 or 7 Die Hards, but Bruce Willis. So send good vibes out to Bruce Willis too. You know, he's having health difficulties right now. So thoughts with Bruce Willis and his family for the holiday season and all the time. The next one here, this is a new blend. This is Where the Treetops Glisten. I grabbed this in a ready to ship I think Jenny had back in October. This is a new blend, and she's very happy with how this turned out. This is Fraser Fir, Balsam, Vanilla Sandalwood, and Sugar Cookie Royale. So pine and cookies. I know there are a lot of you out there who like pine and cookies, pine and cake, all those things. And this one here, I like that the pine is toned down a good bit. It's not just pine. And then in the afterthought is creamy cookie or sandalwood in this case. That's my personal, it's my personal choice anymore in my life. I don't like a knock you in the nose pine. I used to at one point in my life, but not anymore. This one, I like that I can smell a little bit of the cookie and a little bit of the sandalwood also. So this is Where the Treetops Glisten. To piggyback on this, we're going to talk about Thwomps. This is an old bag too. This is 2021. Thwomps. This is a very popular Mario Melter blend. This is pine, peppermint, sugar cookie royale, sugar cookie dough, and campfire marshmallow. This is your quintessential cookie and cake and pine. Thwomps is loved by so many people because it's good. You get kind of it to me. Thwomps smells not the best on cold, but when it's warmed up, it really shines. It really, really does. And that even drives home the point where some of these smells that you don't really care for on cold, warm them up, give them that full chance to see how it works on warm, because ultimately that's what matters if we're going to repurchase a scent, is how does it work when it's warmed up, because you can smell this all day, but when you warm it up, you might smell more of the sugar cookie, you might smell more of the pine, you might smell the peppermint. It surprises you. And there are a lot of vendors out there where their blends need to be warmed because all of those oils just open up together and just blend seamlessly, and it's like a beautiful experience. So Thwomps for me changes a good bit on warm. So if you have Thwomps in your collection, let me know how you if you enjoy it, what's your favorite part about Thwomps, because this is one I have a few bags of, and I don't melt it quite a bit because it does have a strong pine note to it. And I've pared back pine in my collection, like I said, melting it, but I am going to challenge myself and melt it in this holiday season coming up. So tell me about your Thwomps experience if you have it. A couple more here from Rose Girls. This next one is my last Mario Melter. This is Star of Wonder, Star of Night. This is one that doesn't get a lot of talk. This is Strawberry Euphoria and Serendipity. Serendipity, of course, is cherry, creamy vanilla, and coconut. I personally love Serendipity. It plays beautifully with this Strawberry Euphoria. And I do not think this was available in the Mario Melters this past year. She did not offer anywhere near her complete set, her complete collection of Mario Melters for whatever reason. This is a good one. I'm glad. If it was on the list, I don't remember because I really wasn't dedicating the list to memory, because I was looking for the ones I really wanted and a couple of them weren't there, so I just kind of discounted it. I'll wait for the ready to ship if I'm going to buy anything, kind of a thing. So Star of Wonder, Star of Night. This is strawberry, and the Serendipity creaminess is right behind. I really like this one. I bought 3 bags of that last year, and I have 2 left. I'm very stingy with when I melt that one. And this final one here, this is a new one. I've actually this is Wake and Bake with Santa. Wake and Bake, my husband notified me, is a you wake up in the morning and smoke a little bit of something. That's what Wake and Bake means. But in this case, Wake and Bake, I believe, is that little Christmas magic. I've had some blends of Jenny's that have the Wake and Bake component to it, and it's a secret yummy bakeryness that's, you know, she isn't going to reveal what's in it. I think that's what the little Christmas magic is. But this is gingerbread cookies, sugar cookies, coffee, and a little Christmas magic. I actually got a random act of kindness earlier this week, and they put another bag of this in it. So I have this one I bought, then I have that one downstairs, so I'm already enjoying it. And it is dominantly gingerbread, but it's creamy to it. I didn't get too much coffee from it, but of course, this hasn't really aged a lot, but the gingerbread and coffee, you know, they can kind of become one note because they both are strong. They have all those rich, bold components to it, I would say. You know what I'm talking about. Coffee is strong. Gingerbread is strong with that clove and the molasses and the ginger and such in it. But so far, I really like this blend. I believe that's all the Rose Girls I have. If there's some stragglers in here, I'm sorry. Let's see if I have any more. I think this is the only blend of Vintage Chic I have. This is Are You Serious, Clark? This was a poinsettia shape. This is from November 10th, 2021. This is an old baby of mine. This is Cranberry Orange Clove. I love cranberry, I love orange, and I love clove. This is your quintessential cranberry blend that a lot of people are melting in their homes right now. We're coming up on Cranberry Week. I know I am making my mom's, actually my grandmother's older generations, cranberry salad. It's fantastic. It's one of my favorite things about Thanksgiving in my family. It was what brought me home from college to come home on Thanksgiving break. I didn't always come home for Thanksgiving. Sometimes I went to, because I lived 3.5 hours away from my home. Sometimes I went home for Thanksgiving with some roommates of mine, because I didn't want to either. I didn't have a car in college until my senior year when I lived in an apartment, so I had to take the Greyhound bus. Yes, thanks, Dad. But I didn't really feel like taking the bus sometimes. But cranberry is what brought me home in the holiday times. You know, especially knowing after my parents divorced when I was 16, you know, I had to share Christmas, of course, some with Dad, some with Mom, you know, just like a lot of broken homes do. And then when you get married, you have to split between your in-laws, you know, your parents, his parents or her parents, etc. So this is something that I will always have cranberry in my life. I love cranberry, and making that cranberry salad now in my home, in my marriage, my husband likes it, and I'm going to keep the tradition going too. So this is cranberry orange clove. I know I didn't talk a lot about this blend, but this is kind of self-explanatory. You don't really need to know much about it. It's just very fruity. So that's the only Kirby scent I have. I have one blend here from Lavender and Speckles. Oh, Vintage Chic is owned by Kirby Wells. She's going to be closing in a few weeks. I think most of us in the wax community know that. This next one is Lavender and Speckles. This vendor is owned by Beth Wilson from Rogersville, Alabama. This is Pumpkin Eggnog. I purchased from her pre-order. I think it was in September, her pre-order, and I only grabbed this bag here because I am letting this cure a little bit more. Her blends are a little light to me right now, so I'm just putting them away and letting them cure for a few more months before I bring them out. There are some stronger ones that I have in my melting tote, but some of the other ones, especially some of the bakeries, are a little light to me right now. But this one is Pumpkin Eggnog. These notes are pumpkin pecan waffles with old-fashioned eggnog, and I've melted this already, and it's pretty good. So I'm going to have this going in my home. I like the fact that this isn't necessarily a bakery blend. It has that creamy, rich, yummy, delicious, rich, I said twice, but it's rich, eggnog. Excuse me. Then you have your pumpkin pecan waffles in the background. I like that that blended like this. So this is Pumpkin Eggnog from Lavender and Speckles. Next ones I want to talk about, I have one from Miss Carol Wollstonecroft from Candles from the Keeping Room. She has closed her business now, except for a handful of email orders she's going to be doing not this coming week, but after Thanksgiving, the first part of December. I just did my haul video on Thursday. If you haven't checked that out yet, if you're interested, it's on my channel. Candles from the Keeping Room. This is Christmas time. And I'm not going to open this bag up because I just talked about this one. We have the cutest little stars and pine cone shapes in here. This is pine, lime, and thyme. Yeah, it rhymes. Pine, lime, and thyme. So this is a fresh blend. It's not necessarily super duper pine because it's blended very freshly. It's blended well with the, I'm getting lime to my nose. Whether there's lime in it or not, I don't know, but my nose tells me there's lime in it. You have the lime playing well with the pine and the thyme. So it's a really good fresh scent that I thought would be a great alternative to when I want something tree-like but not completely smelling like a pine tree. So that is Christmas time. Let's talk about some retail. I have a couple. I went through I am moving a lot of my retail clams out because I don't grab for them anymore, and I've taken a good bit in batches to my work, and I'm going to be moving some on. I'm going to be giving a lot to a coworker of mine. She melts it in her home and, you know, gives it to some of her daughter-in-law and such like that. So I have some I'm going to give to her. And then the next batch, I think I'm going to just throw a few in random acts of kindness and all that stuff, because I don't grab for my retail. I went through with Marty over the last weekend and we sniffed side by side He tells me if he likes it, doesn't like it, it's okay, or nothing special, and I know what to do with it from there. I need to have another nose, because if it's left to me, if I'm left to my own devices sometimes with wax, I have a hard time, especially ones that are not made anymore. There's some Better Homes and Gardens scents that they don't make anymore and things like that. I have a hard time, but then I remind myself, it's retail, it's Walmart wax, Ashley. Vendor works better in my home anyways. So these next two retail ones I got last year. This is Balsam and Birch. So this one here is Fraser Fir, Balsam, Blue Spruce, Cypress, Cedar, and Birch. So all the trees, all the woods together. And why I kept this one is because these are from Walmart. I have a cat. Most of you know that if you watch my channel regularly. Her name is Poppy. She is the most curious cat I have ever met in my life. There isn't an inch of this house that she has not investigated. So I am really, really, really hesitant to put my large, expensive Christmas tree up with all my candy canes and gingerbread houses and cookies, and that's my decor, my Christmas tree. I'm really hesitant to do it. So our small baby Christmas tree died last year. Lights just stopped working, and I thought I'm going to just get a new one. So I got the next size up. I'm going to see how she does with this taller tree. And then maybe we'll see. Maybe I'll put my large tree up next year. I'm not sure. But I like to have a little bit of pine in my life going. So especially the week of Christmas and the week after Christmas, where everybody's on that Christmas high or anticipation, all of those things, and we're having family over or not, maybe. I know it's a tough time of year for a lot of people coming up, myself included, but sometimes I really like the smell of pine, and I really only like to isolate it to right around Christmas time, or, you know, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, all the ones that are out there, all of the holidays that I don't even know about, all that time. I like to keep it around that end of the year time. So I chose to keep this one because I am going to put this downstairs, because I have had plenty of pine Better Homes and Gardens before, and it does perform. It's pretty fail proof in terms of throw and such in my home. There's some Walmart wax that just doesn't make it out the vicinity where I have the warmer, and I just, you know, they're not worth it to me anymore. So that's what's happening with that. The next one I kept is Candy Cane and Cream. I bought these last year, and I had one more, but I moved it on out of here. This is, and I don't even remember which one it was, honestly. This is Candy Cane, Buttercream, Vanilla Bean, and Peppermint Scent. So right now, I think I saw, because I'm still in a retail wax group, I don't remember what it's called, on Facebook, but I do see where Scentsationals and Better Homes and Gardens and such are releasing their limited Christmas time scents. And believe it or not, Scentsationals, if you look on the front, if you have any in your collection, and you see Rimports, East Bay, Provo, Utah, that is 2 minutes from where I work, honestly. So the Scentsationals factory is here. And in fact, yesterday and today, they had their grab bag sale, where you can go fill a brown bag up with wax, warmers, light bulbs, air fresheners, anything they have there, anything they sell, for 20 bucks. So I used to go crazy. In fact, fall 2019, before COVID happened, they have a retail store there. Everything you could go in and buy, seconds and all those things. They closed that store when COVID happened, just because of restrictions and things, and they chose not to open it up. But the fall before COVID happened, I went crazy with their bag sale. So that's why I have a lot of this residual retail wax, and a lot of them are discontinued because sometimes they don't, you know, bring scents back, or they do what Bath and Body Works does and they repackage them under a different scent name and all that stuff. But this one here, this Candy Cane and Cream, it has a weird vibe to it to me. And I find that not with vendor candy cane or peppermint or anything like that, but with retail candy cane. This has a plastic vibe to it. And I have smelled that in consistently every peppermint scent I've smelled in Walmart. I don't even go in the wax aisle anymore in Walmart because one, I don't want to fall back down into that trap of, oh, this smells great. I think it's going to work well in my home, and then get it home and have remorse over it. I've consistently just smelled that plastic crap in these peppermint blends. But why I'm keeping this here is I want to see if this will change and that plastic goes away when I warm this up. But I will tell you, if I melt this and I smell the plastic, this asshole's going in the garbage, basically. Sorry, but I shouldn't smell plastic when I smell peppermint. That's just, it shouldn't. So, pardon my French, but this is plastic. No, I do not want to smell plastic in my home. So, that's my retail. So, let's go to Sassy Girl Aroma next, shall we? Okay, I've got some good ones here, if I must say so myself. 25 minutes, not bad. First one from Sassy Girl Aroma. This is a brittle I have had for almost 2 years because I haven't seen it offered until I asked Julie if she still has this oil, and she said yes, and then she offered it, and I bought a couple more brittles. This is Traditional Christmas. This, to me, is a cousin to Christmas at Santa's. And I don't know exactly, because the notes of Christmas at Santa's, which I have here, are completely different from this here. But just opening this bag is so strong. But these notes are cinnamon, pine, musk, and vanilla. But why this blend is so special to me is this smells like something I've smelled in my life. And it's something that's Christmas time related in my life when I was a child. But the information, the details is so deep in my memory bank. I don't know where, when, why, how. I just know I've smelled it before. You know, smell is the strongest sense in a way, especially when it comes to our brains, you know, memories and such. This, I don't know. I wish it'll hit me one day. Hope it hits me one day what this was. But I have this in my home. This is going to be going Christmas week, definitely, all throughout December. This brittle here, it's seen better days, honestly, because it's been, I haven't used very much of it, you can see, because I wasn't sure it was going to come back. So this one is special to me in more of a nostalgic sense. It smells really good. I love it. And I will go right into one of my other favorite scents of the season, which is a Bath & Body Works blend. This is Best Christmas. This is my new brittle of Best Christmas because I have about 4 other brittles that are in my Sassy Girl storage, but just for this video, I'm going to talk about this, and I'll just, you know, I like to use my older wax first. This is the dupe for Perfect Christmas from Bath & Body Works. This is a true dupe. It took Julie a long time to get this one duped. This is pine needles, sweet marshmallow, pine needles, sweet cinnamon sugar, and roasted marshmallow. This smells to the T of Perfect Christmas from Bath & Body Works. This is perfect. And it is the perfect Christmas because it's sweet. It's got memories attached to it. It is a little bit of cinnamon sugar, a little bit of pine, but it's not super piney, and that creamy marshmallow. And I know some people don't really care for this scent, but I know that there are plenty of us that do because it comes back year after year at Bath & Body Works, and I see Julie offer this blend all the time. So even in the middle of the summer, this is a good blend. The next Christmas one is another dupe. This is Favorite Holiday. This is a Nest fragrance, Favorite Holiday. As you can see, this is very strong. This is strong. I should have double bagged this actually, but I keep this in its own little area. I got this last December, after Christmas, I think, or right around Christmas time, and I didn't use it. I only used it once here. But the notes of this is compared to Holiday Red by Nest. This is a citrus blend of grapefruit, orange, lemon, and mandarin, eucalyptus, fir needle, fresh pine, cinnamon stick and clove, pomegranate, vanilla, and cedar. So it's a complex, but it's an immaculate scent. It's rich smelling. It just It's Christmas. It really is. It has your fruit, it has your spice, it has your wood to it. It's got everything you want. This is so good. I actually have another brittle of this somewhere in my collection. I know I have it here. I have all my Sassy in one area, and I know which tote it's in, actually. This is a fantastic blend. I encourage you to try it. If you like any of these notes and you haven't tried this one, next time it's offered, give it a try. It's a good one. Even you can even melt it all year long. Like, I don't really necessarily with Best Christmas and Traditional Christmas, now that I have more, I will melt it throughout the year, because why not? You know, sometimes feeling like a kid at Christmas will just brighten up your mood a little bit. The next one I want to talk about is Christmas at Santa's. This is a popular blend, of course. This one, this is the only brittle I have. I had 3 of these brittles. This is the last brittle that I have of this, and I think I ordered one in this most recent 20% off sale. I think I grabbed one more. This is Pepperberry Wreath, Sugar Cookies, and Marshmallow Fireside. This is a cousin to Traditional Christmas because it has that vibe to it to me, that it smells like something I've smelled before. So if you smell those two side by side, you might get what I'm saying, but to my nose, I definitely do. This is just, it's addictive. It doesn't really necessarily, it doesn't really, to me, it isn't really a Christmas scent, but it's Christmas at Santa's, so it falls into the category because of the name. But I think a lot of us have tried this out. A lot of us, if you are a Sassy Girl Aroma supporter and you purchase, you've most likely tried this if you like these notes. So that is Christmas at Santa's. And the last one here is a new to me blend. This is Gingerbread Brulee. This is a new brittle too here for me. This is warm, nutty, buttery, and spicy with a base of creamy custard and caramelized sugar. So this is basically creme brulee, but with gingerbread. So I'm going to melt this with my gingerbread blends, because this one here, honestly, is a little bit creamy. It's not enough of a gingerbread to me, but it's brulee, so I kind of knew that going into it. But I have a lot of yummy gingerbreads here next to me that I can bump up the gingerbread factor with this one going in my home. Okay, next vendor I'll talk about, I have 1L3 here. I think so, yes, 1L3. This was actually a blend request of mine. This is pomegranate, ginger ale, and apple cider. I talked about this in my last Chop and Chat video as well. This is, I was looking at the grocery store today at pomegranate 7-Up, and I couldn't decide, do I want to try it or not? I need to just buy a bottle of it and try it. I love pomegranate. I could also just put a little bit of pomegranate juice in 7-Up. I have both of those downstairs, so I guess I can make my own cocktail. This is so good. L3 is Sassy Girl Aroma, I forgot to say, is owned by Julie and Tyrell G. I don't know how to quite pronounce her last name yet, but she's from Tomah, Wisconsin. And L3 is owned by Jennifer Westing from Junction City, Oregon. This is Jen's L3 oil. Yeah, sure. Jen's gingerbread. No, wait a minute. It's getting late, guys. Jen's ginger ale oil is very, very good. It's effervescent. It has a little bit of citrus vibe to it. It's gingery. It's punchy. It's crisp, it's fresh. And I thought blending it with apple cider and pomegranate, it would give a little bit of spice from the apple cider and then the boldness, richness of that fleshy, delicious pomegranate fruit that's in season right now. So that's where I was going with this. And frankly, I should be melting this right now this week, because this is everything I wanted it to be for Thanksgiving week. So this is right on time. Okay. Next vendor I'll talk about is Second and Spruce. I think I have 3 items here from Second and Spruce. Second and Spruce is owned by Erica Kane from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And she just updated us in the group today. If you're part of Second and Spruce's Facebook group, she is working on the samplers and she's making good headway on it. So she should be getting those out to us in the next several weeks, let's hope. I purchased a few of these, actually all 3 of these, in my last pre-order from her. This first one is Christmas on Second, which I've already tried a piece of this. This is Christmas on Second. This is applewood fir garland, candied orange, cranberry, and a hint of spices. So this is quintessential Christmas. She also had a Christmas on Second, which I didn't grab. I liked this is Christmas on Second. She had a Christmas on Spruce, which I didn't grab because I liked the fact that this had orange in it and candied orange and spices in it and a little bit more citrus with the pine. I like citrus with pine. This is exactly what this smells like. The pine is pretty dominant in this, so this will be my Christmas week. Another Christmas week one I'll have going. And then Hey Santa, I have two of these actually. This is Christmas trees, sugar cookies, and candy canes. So a little bit of that pine cookie action with a little bit of that candy cane in there. This one, to me on cold, it is creamy, luscious candy cane with bakery and just a little sprinkle of pine. That's what I'm getting with this one here. And I'm happy. I melted this one too. This is good. I melted this and I put it back to let it continue to cure and hold it for Christmas time. So that is that one. And then this last one I want to talk about here is Fall in Love. Because, I mean, really, winter doesn't officially start until the third week of December, roughly. So we're still in fall. So this Fall in Love, I know that a lot of you have talked about this. I think Susan has even melted this as well. And this is good on cold. This is pumpkin pecan waffles, birthday cake, glazed donut, cinnamon, and sugar. So this one here is right up my alley. I love pumpkin pecan waffles, but when you first smell this, you get an overwhelming creamy cake punch in the nose. But then you get a soft glaze of that glazed donut, and then you get a little bit of the pumpkin pecan waffle that comes in there, and a little bit of glazy, syrupy vibe that you can get from PPW with a little bit of pecan. That's what I get with this, and I bought two of these little loaves. And I could just sit and inhale this because this reminds me of Rolling Pin from Sassy Aroma. That's what this one reminds me of. So this is Fall in Love from Second and Spruce. My bag's getting full here, guys. So I have a couple these aren't holiday scents, but these are blends that I was going through and organizing one of my wax drawers earlier today, and I grabbed a couple of these out, and I'll tell you why. Coming to the end here of the video, I just have a couple more vendors to talk about. These are not Christmas blends, but these are blends that I just want to get using in my home. This is Super Tarts. Super Tarts is owned by Brandy and Brady Williams from Sequim, Washington. She surprised us all this past week and offered Wax Wednesday. I know I previously asked her earlier this year if Wax Wednesday was going to be a possibility with her change in business model, and she said back at that time, which was in the summer, most likely no. Not at this time. But she must have had a change of heart because she offered a lot of blends and a little bit of a discount on her BAM bags and half BAMs. And I know a lot of you participated. Another chance to get some of our favorites. This one was on the list. This is Coven, but the name has changed since. I don't remember what it changed to. This is Cola, cake batter, vanilla, and zucchini bread. I just grabbed this because I had another bag of this that I finished and I liked it. And I saw this in my drawer and I said, I'm going to get that out because it's a zucchini bread blend. And you know me, I'm in love with zucchini bread. This has a little bit of Coca-Cola or Pepsi, any of those caramelized, caramel-colored colas. If you let all the carbonation out and it's flat, basically, you're left with some of that caramelization scent and those spices that are in it. I mean, Coke has however many different essences in it. There's orange in it, there's cinnamon in Coke, there's a lot of things. So it's got a little bit of those undertones of your darker sodas, your Cokes and your Pepsis and such. And then it has zucchini bread in it, which blended with that it's really a unique blend. Coven is a unique blend. I like it. If you have it in your collection, another one, tell me about it. Tell me what your experience is with Coven. I'd love to know. And this next one is for my husband. I had a vendor, Beezy Tarts, which I think has went out of business because I haven't seen anything posted in his group for many months, and radio silence basically. So I don't know what's happening with BZ Tarts, but I had a little sample of lavender sugar cookie of his, and I had it melting downstairs, and my husband said, I really, really like that scent. It reminds me of Echo's shampoo. Echo was our dog who passed away from liver cancer 6 years ago, I think. 6 years ago? I don't remember. 6 years ago? 20. We weren't married yet. So yeah, 6 years ago. 6 years ago. She was a black lab. So Echo was my husband's dog, who actually, it's a long story, but she saved his life. And when I met my husband, Echo was 5 or 6 years old, and I loved her like she was my own. And apparently she had a shampoo at some point in her life that this lavender sugar cookie reminded my husband of. And I looked to see, and that's how I wonder if BZ Tarts is no more, because I looked to see what's happening and if it was available and all that, and it's not. So I don't have a lot of lavender in my collection at this time, because if you remember, if you've been a long time viewer of my channel, back when I had COVID in 2021, lavender was the scent that I could not smell normal for almost a year and a half. I couldn't smell it at all for a long time, and then it started to smell like soap to me, and then eventually it corrected itself and I can smell lavender fine now, or both herbal and sweet. So I told him just tonight, I don't have a lot of lavender in my collection, but I did find this. This is Midnight from Super Tarts. This is Midnight Lavender and Whipped Cream. I believe this is a dupe for Twilight from Lush. I think. I'm not sure, but I think this is. Might not be. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But this is a lavender scent with vanilla bean. Whipped cream. So this is not, it's not lavender sugar cookie. But I got this out, and I'm gonna melt this tonight, actually, and see what he says about this, because I want to try to get some lavender sugar cookie. If you know any good vendors that have a good lavender sugar cookie, let me know. I need to get some more lavender in my life that isn't baby bedtime bath, which is lavender and chamomile, you know, the Johnson & Johnson. So Midnight, this is for Marty. Not Christmas related, of course. Okay, next vendor I have here is Swanky. Swanky is owned by Jeannie Jeffrey from Silverdale, or what's the other? We're going to go with Silverdale, Washington, because that's what's on the bag. This is Russian tea. Now, Russian tea, it's absolutely definite, not negotiable at all. You have to like cinnamon to like Russian tea. Heavy cinnamon. This is definitely a winter scent. It is cinnamon tea. There really isn't any way around it. It's cinnamon. Not cinnamon sugar. Not even really the cinnamon spice that we have on our spice racks. Excuse me. This is almost spicy cinnamon, but not hot tamales, not red hots, not like that, but it has warming spices with it. So it kind of can be borderline spicy cinnamon, but it's warmed cinnamon. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. You absolutely have to like cinnamon. So if you don't, stay away from this, because this is cinnamon. And these are little shapes in here. This is her bakery bag. She just closed her pre-order today. Got that little crown here. Act like I'm part of the royal family. I know I'm ridiculous, but I don't want to talk about the royal family. The Crown, if you watch The Crown, part 1 of the last season, I think, just dropped this past week. And then part 2 is going to be in December. And I saw Harry is in the news again, where he's not going to watch this last season. And I don't even want to talk about the royal family. But all I know is it's just a shame that Harry and William don't have a relationship anymore, nor does Harry and his father. So that's just my opinion. This is Russian tea from Swanky. If you got a lot of her items in her pre-orders, congratulations. She has really good quality oils. Jeannie is a nice person. She puts all of her heart and soul into her wax and her body products, and you can tell. So this is really a good blend if you like cinnamon. Okay, I have a little bit of Glitterati here, just one. This is Avalanche. I already chopped this up in my last chop and chat, but I had to put this in my bag because I just can't stop smelling this. This is Avalanche. There is everything but the kitchen sink in there just about. There's lemon, mountain ice, cognac, oak, vanilla, cardamom, and amber. I don't know exactly what this is, as this is one of Janine's blends. Glitterati is owned by Janine Genzano from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. I believe that's where she is. I don't know if this is Janine's blend or if this is an oil, but I want more of this because it's addictive smelling. I can't describe this to you, but it's because it has lemon, it has ice, it has cardamom, it has amber. It's got everything that shouldn't work together, but it does. It does. It's icy, it's creamy, it's citrus, it's smooth, it's vanilla. It's hard to describe. So I just had to talk about this. So if you know anything about this blend, please let me know. Let's see if I can get the rest of these in this bag. Okay, my last vendor is Dessa's Homespun Scents. Dessa is Dessa Bonner from Gilbert, Arizona, soon to be Dayton, Ohio. That's where she's looking to move to. Dessa had her pre-order earlier today, her last pre-order for a little while, until late spring, early summer, while her and her husband and family move cross country to be closer to their children and grandchildren. So I have a good bit of blends here that I want to get melting in my home. First one, we'll talk about a classic. This is Gingerbread House. This is my favorite gingerbread of all vendors, I think. This is a house blend of hers. She puts this baby together with her oils on her side. This is gingerbread, molasses, vanilla, and clove. If you like a good, true, rich, authentic, hefty, heavy, moist gingerbread, Gingerbread House is for you. I know I bought more of this today. Even though I have a big bar, I'm going to fly through this. I know I am, so I bought another big bar. Gingerbread House. My husband loves that one too. So if it's Marty approved, you're pretty safe with it because that man will tell me stuff smells. I was telling a friend I wish she would get some more adjectives because it's either vomity, vomit, puke, or weird. So I don't know. I've never smelled so many vomity things in my life other than actual vomit. Sorry. But I don't know where that man is coming from. And I'll say this. He told me IHOP is a blend from Sassy Girl Aroma. I have had IHOP in this house for almost 3 years. I melt it all the time. It's one of my favorite coffee blends. You know, he told me it smells like puke the other day. And I about fell off my chair. I really did. I said, Marty, you have smelled this damn scent many times before. Where has this been? Are you on your period or something? That's what I say to him when I think he's crazy when he says something smells pukey or what. Because it's IHOP, it's caramel, and it's pumpkin pecan waffles, and it's coffee, and it's not anything, it's pukey to me. But hey, his nose is his nose, and sometimes it's nuts, but I'm allowed to say that. I guess he's my husband. So I know a lot of you would appreciate that because, you know, just how if you watch me, you know how much I love IHOP. It just was flooring to me. But when he says he likes something, I try to bring it into this home a little bit more. And I also bought Georgia Peach today for him because he loves that peach blend. It's not a cat pee. I'm surprised he doesn't think peach smells like cat pee. If he thinks caramel coffee smells like puke, he should think peach smells like cat pee. But whatever. That man sometimes. Anyways, this next one here is Smoky Mountain Berries. This is one of her best sellers. This is Festive Holiday Berries, Vanilla, Fraser Fir, and Bayberry. I love Bayberry. Bayberry is one of my very, very first experiences with home fragrance was Bayberry. Remember in the 90s, the Bayberry candles, how they were everywhere? That's my first experience with Bayberry. This is an old school scent, basically. It's got a little bit of berry, a little bit of fir, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of everything that you want in your home in the holiday time. So that is Smoky Mountain Berries. Next, Log Cabin. This one is new to me. Does it focus? I think so, maybe. This is Sweater Weather, Tart Cranberries, Christmas Tree Farm, and Marshmallow Fireside. So Christmas Tree Farm is all of her pines mixed together, basically. It's a really good, rich, heavy pine. Cranberry with Sweater Weather. I thought, ooh, I've got to try that because it's everything I like in a blend all mixed together. And this one, you can tell Sweater Weather's in it, but you can also tell that there is pine, quite a bit of pine in here. It's a pine dominant scent with a little bit of cranberry and a little bit of that Sweater Weather. So that is Log Cabin. Next is Pumpkin Cornbread Skillet. Pumpkin Skillet Cornbread. Let's read that again. This is a big helping of cornbread baked in a cast iron skillet, topped with creamy pumpkin, brown sugar, gooey caramel sauce, and nuts. This is a house blend also, as is Log Cabin and Smoky Mountain Berries house blends. I love cornbread. A lot of Dessa's cornbread blends, and her caramel is just so good. Her blending skills are very good with her fall blends, in my opinion. This is so good. It's caramel and cornbread with sugar. It's fantastic. This is a version, a not as strong version as my favorite blend next to Pirate Voyage, of course, which is burnt sugar cake. Burnt sugar cake, oh my God. It's fantastic if you haven't tried it before. This has the same vibe because it has that skillet component to it with the caramel and the sugar. Next is Blueberry Pumpkin Waffles. I did not buy this. This actually wasn't offered today. The one offered today was the Main Street Blueberry Waffles. I actually went with her new blend, which is, she mixed her Blueberry Pumpkin Waffles with zucchini bread, I think. So I went with that one. I think it was called Wish Upon a Star. I think that's what it was called. Maybe not. I think that's what it was called. This is pumpkin waffles and blueberry syrup with melted butter. This is good. I love this. This is blueberry Eggo waffles to me. Yep, it's got that waffle component to it. It has a creaminess from pumpkin, a little bit of blueberry. Yummy. Next is chestnuts roasting on an open fire. I did not buy this today. Why? Because I have 4, and I figured I'm going to try something I haven't tried before. I always have chestnuts roasting on an open fire. This is chestnuts, brown sugar, sugar cookies, and marshmallow fireside. Another house blend. This one, let me tell you, this was day 1 of the advent calendar last year that Dessa put out, and it was right out of the gate so strong, and this has captured my heart ever since. I've repurchased this every time it's available, except for today. So this, you have chestnuts, brown sugar, you have the smoky sweetness from the marshmallow fireside, you have a little bit of sugar cookie creaminess, sweetness, all of those yummy things. This is fantastic. If you haven't got this, if you have this ordered, you're in for a treat. That is a good one. Next one here is Fresh Bread and Jam. I've had this 1,000 times too. This is one of her best sellers. I know it does well for her. She offers this about every time that she opens up. This is fresh baked bread and strawberry jam. What I love about this, because I love strawberry blends, especially if you watch me, especially in the spring and summer, strawberry, strawberry, strawberry. And I do strawberry in winter. I do strawberry all year. What I love about this blend is you can smell the crustiness. I can't describe to you what crusty smells like in terms of bread, but you know what it smells like if you have a really good bakery and you just have a especially warm bread. You can even do it with rolls, Rhodes rolls, which I'm going to make. I've got to buy some more. Rhodes rolls, take them right out of the oven, and when you open it up and it's pillowy and it's flaky, that crust, that warmness of the yeast and the flour and all that yummy gluten and all those fantastic things, that is what Dessa gets in this oil. This bread oil is phenomenal. This crusty bread, I believe, is it's an oil that's used in her almond cream baguette, which I'm in love with. I bought another big bar of it. It's so damn good. This is crusty bread. You can smell it. It's right out of the oven with a little bit of strawberry jam. This is good. Fantastic. And my last, I have 2 more left. This is apple crumble. This is a tile. I get 4 melts out of here. I have to chop this one up. This was a new blend last time. She's looking for a really good oil for this apple crumble, and she found it. She's happy with this one. This is baked apples, cinnamon sugar, nutmeg, buttery crumble, and whipped cream. This was offered today, and she also had a couple of blends that she made with this. This is good. It's not too overpowering apple. It's definitely not Mac apple. It's sweet apple with those yummy cinnamon sugar vibes and whipped cream and all sorts of yumminess in here. This is really good. I'm going to get that chopped up. And then finally, I have another version of Holiday. This is Dessa's version of Holiday Nest. This is orange, pine, pomegranate, amber, cinnamon, and clove. We already talked about this. Dessa's version is really good too. It's about the same as Julie's. It's rich, it's hearty, it's the holidays. So, whew, that's my melting basket for the next couple of months. This will probably take me into January if I'm honest. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll probably do another one of these in January once we're all through the rush of the holidays and spending those times with family and maybe some people you don't really want to spend time with, but you know, thus is the holiday time. So, I really must say, this time of year, it's really important to take care of mental health. You know, if you watch my channel and my handful of mental health videos, I am always an advocate for mental health, especially this time of year. My therapy session this past week, I spent talking about the holidays and some struggles I have and I've carried with me throughout my life and challenges that I'm faced with, and just it's a reminder, a gentle reminder to don't forget to take care of yourself. I know this time of year we put others ahead and, you know, serving others, whether you donate your time to homeless shelters or soup kitchens or making sure your kids have a perfect Christmas and everything's picture perfect, or, you know, everything else that I am not going to talk about here, but you know what I'm talking about. Just don't put yourself last. Put yourself first sometimes. Try to have that balance. So just remind yourself that you're worth it and you love yourself. And if you don't love yourself yet, try your best to at least like yourself. I know I spent a long time not really loving myself, but then when you learn to appreciate yourself and look at yourself and realize your worth, it gives you a whole abundance of love back from the universe. So I hope everyone has a beautiful Thanksgiving, and reach out to me anytime, anything. I'd love to chat. I sometimes don't get back to you right away, but I will. Just give me some time. So hope everyone has a beautiful evening, and I'll see you soon.